Yeah. Yeah, so I'm Tyson. I've been with Trace Minerals for a little over 2.5 years. Um, I know quite a bit. I have a biology degree, chemistry, all these kind of random things. I wanted to be a doctor, grossed me out. So, so I have all these useless degrees. But it's fun. And then so James came with me. He's been in the industry for 21 years. 21 years. So if he doesn't know it, then we have a Dr. Starkey who did our training right when you guys started over the phone, if you guys remember. We'll ask him the questions. But this is a very open forum, so please just ask the questions because there's a lot of questions that people don't know. Because when you go out and sell something, you don't think minerals. You think other things like protein powders, things like that, joint care, stuff like that. So, but minerals is your foundation. If you have your foundation sturdy and set, then everything else works more properly, if that makes sense. And so that's what we're going to cover today. So that's why we're going to talk about why you need trace minerals, because a lot of people don't realize that. It's not that, you go into the bodybuilding industry and it's pre-workouts, and if you get the jitters and the niacin flush, you know it's working. Come on, you know what I mean? So, all right, so first of all, what are minerals? You guys are educated, you've been in the industry a long time, haven't you? How many is this your first year, first training or whatnot? Or is it you? Sweet. All right, so we'll dumb it down. No, I'm just joking. No, but really though, what are minerals? Just spurt it out. Salt, sodium, absolutely. There's 74 minerals. Magnesium, zinc, copper. There you go, you guys get it. Did you know magnesium, there's over 302 things that magnesium has to do in your body in order for your body to function, like produce ATP. So if all of a sudden you have a bodybuilder, someone who's like low in fatigue, well, guess what? You need magnesium. You don't need caffeine. You need magnesium, and then you get better sleep. It produces more ATP. It helps with your bones and joints. It helps with all these things, and that's what all these trace minerals do. So it's more than just a simple product. It's actually very complex, and it's very easy to take, but a lot of people don't do that yet. So ours are ionic and not colloidal. What's the difference between colloidal and ionic? Do you guys know? No? Okay, what's a colloidal mineral? How do they get these minerals? Yeah. Okay, so they mine it. So Utah has a ton of nutraceutical companies, don't we? It's because we have so many of these fossilized humic shells, from back in prehistoric times. You have plants, they fossilize, and then what we do is we mine them down, we grind them and put them into a solution, and that's what you call colloidal minerals. And so these colloidal minerals are still a rock. And so your body has to, when you drink it, you have to digest it. And how easy is to digest a rock? It's nearly impossible. And so you're taking a lot of these minerals that you're not actually getting in your body will get some of them. Or they wouldn't sell and you wouldn't feel the effects. You are getting some of them, but you're not getting everything, the full effect that you should. Whereas ionic minerals, which is our trace minerals, which you have a little bottle in front of you, ours are positive and negative charge, meaning they are readily available to go into your body and to be absorbed on touch. We have a lot of people who will use them on, I gotta smile. No, they're ready to use on touch. So we have a lot of people who use these for oils. I recently had surgery. I was dancing, and I was in a play, obviously, like I was telling you, but a different one. And it's so dumb. I was in the ensemble portion of Beauty and the Beast when they're in the tavern doing Gaston song. And they wanted us to do a flip in the air, not like a backflip, but like a little twist, and then land and do another twist. As soon as I landed the second one, I twisted again. And when you're 300 pounds, landing isn't always the best thing. And so I landed, and all of a sudden, and I heard my meniscus and the MCL just tear, just went brrr. And so I just recently had surgery, and during that time, first of all, zinc, the first thing that goes to heal your body is zinc. And so I took tons of zinc in our minerals, and the repair process is a lot quicker because your body needs that more than anything else. So with the absorption, positive, negative charge, ours works better. It truly does. There's no one else in the industry that has ionic charge minerals. So we'll go from there. All right. So in 1936, there was a doctor who proposed in the Senate document 264, see, I got it, that our earth, our farming industry has been depleted with minerals, and that over 80% of us at that time in 1936 were depleted from magnesium. Okay, so if we were depleted in 1936, how bad is it now? I mean, 82 years later, we have more people eating and stuff like that. So we are using, our soils are getting depleted. Pollution, if you've ever been to Utah during winter, it's horrible. We get everyone's pollution, and it just stays there because it's so cold, and then it gets warm, it gets trapped, and so it's like, it's gross. So you get the pollution. Over farming, I mean, we used to farm in quadrants, every fourth one, so every fourth year you get that, and so it'd get refertilized and stuff like that. But now they also use synthetic fertilizers. I know my neighbor, we live in a farming district, so to speak, and my neighbor does a lot of corn farming. And I hate football season because I'll be coaching my son's football team, and the farm's right next to that, and all of a sudden he'll be eating loads and loads of manure. And it's horrible smelling. I mean, it's not fun. But that's the fertilizer you're supposed to use because it remineralizes everything, whereas a lot of people are now using synthetic fertilizers, which means you're not getting the minerals you need. All right, essential minerals don't get replenished. You're getting the fertilizer, but you're not getting your minerals. And I'm going to do a demonstration that will show you what I'm talking about. Okay, kind of went over that. Well, so the importance of ionic minerals we've kind of just talked about, but the definition of death is not when your heart stops pumping. It's when those electrical impulses stop going from your brain into where you need to go. And so if you don't have the minerals, you're going to, that's just what it is. Okay? I know, we've talked about all this stuff. All right. So what happens when you're mineral imbalance? Anyone know? Fatigue? Absolutely fatigue. I'm sorry? Brain fog? Which I get all the time. No, just what you have right now. Sorry? Body aches? Absolutely. Yeah, there's a lot of people who have muscle cramps and they don't know how to take care of it. Okay, what else? You don't sleep. Absolutely. If you don't have magnesium in your body, you're just all the time. Absolutely. So 90% of Americans today are magnesium and mineral deficient, and they don't know it. But how many of you guys eat a perfect diet? Truly. Huh, you do? I mean, you either, like, not all the time, but half the time, I would say, you're either, drinking a soda, coffee, drinking a beer, either going to out to eat real quick, you're going fast food, and down the grocery store aisles you shouldn't do because they're all processed foods, and you go home and put it in the microwave. You're always doing something that not necessarily is good for your health, which makes your body acidic, which makes your body out of sync. And so every time you do that, your body's starting to hurt itself even more. And so then all of a sudden, you have food cravings. How many of you guys have ever been to McDonald's and have you ever seen Super Size Me? It's a good show. I teach sociology and I teach some of that, and it's really fun. But with food cravings, what do you all of a sudden you have a McDonald's hamburger, like a Big Mac, you feel really good, right? And then a couple of hours later, you're like, oh, why'd I do that? And then like an hour later, you're like, I want another one, right? It's not because of the nutritional value, it's because of the sodium, and also because it's not good for you. And so your body needs more, and it craves more. It craves that because it doesn't know what it needs, it just knows it needs something. Muscle cramps. So before, I personally love weightlifting. I love football, all that kind of stuff. I still play football in an indoor league with a bunch of has-beens. We pay money like Little League and just get our pads on and go hit people. It's fun. We don't practice. We're too busy for that. We just show up Saturday night for games in an indoor arena and just go hit each other. But it's fun for me, and I enjoy that. It gets my aggression out. Not that I have a lot, but it gets that out. I get to go compete and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, though, I get muscle cramps if I don't take anything. And how many of you guys know someone who gets muscle cramps, whether young or old? I know a lot of elderly people, like my aunt. She's not elderly, she's 60. Don't tell her I said that. But she gets muscle cramps like crazy. And so I started giving her Endure, which is like our concentrates, it just has a little bit more sodium. And that really helps her, and it allows her to sleep better without waking up with muscle cramps. And then also like the fatigue. If you don't have magnesium in you, you're going to be tired. A lot of people, and rehydration, that's part of the minerals. It rehydrates you. So if you're tired, don't go drink coffee. Drink your water with the minerals, and I promise you, you'll feel a lot better. All right. You guys are smart. All right. With the Great Salt Lake, it's the same thing as the Dead Sea. Those are the only two seas that you would be able to do this. So you have the Great Salt Lake. If you Google Earth it, have you guys ever know what Google Earth is? You look down on Google Earth, and you'll see that one side is completely clear, and the other side is milky white. And so what will happen is we actually will pull that water out into a pool, and I'll show you a picture real quick. Right now, see if it's the next slide. No. Well, I'll show you the pool in just a sec. We have a football-sized field, and it goes pretty deep. And what we do is in the summer, because you can't do it in the winter because it's evaporated by sun, we never touch it. And so we pull that through, and it's the size of a football field, pretty deep, and the sun will hit it. And as it evaporates, the sodium leaves. That's why we have the greatest snow on Earth, just so you guys know, if you ever know. Because all the sodium is in our snow, and it falls down, it makes it really fluffy. But all the sodium starts, and then all the heavy metals and all the gunk starts to solidify and fall to the bottom. And then we put it to another pool, into another pool, another pool. So by the time we're done, and you get this little bottle right here, the concentrates, it's the size of a kiddie pool, about 6 inches deep. I mean, it's tiny amount, but this becomes 88 times as potent as the ocean. With no heavy metals, we have a C of A if your customers ever require that, a C of A. We can always send you C of A, just tell us what the lot number is. We test it, and I can send it to you. And then, so that's how you get it. And now we only test for 72 ionic minerals. And so if you ever need that, we have that. And so we've been in the industry for over 40 years. We've recently just patented what our new thing. It used to take us how long? 2 years. It used to take us about 2 years in order to get that little bit of water that we're telling you. Now it takes us about 2 weeks. So because we have a new patented way to be able to do it, we never touch it, like I said. It does go through some filters at the very end to make sure there's not any, because it comes from a lake, there's not anything in it. And we are the #1 trace mineral and liquid magnesium brand in the country. According to SPIN's data, which just came out in October, we're very close to 90% of the market. So everyone is starting to understand why ionic minerals are important, but not everyone yet. We still have 10%. Okay, here's our harvesting minerals facilities. As you can see, they told me I can't walk in here. So the football-sized field is like right here. You can't see. Then we pump it into pool, or it's right here. And then we pump it into #1, and then 2 and 3. And where we get our Endure, if you everyone ever asked you, or our electrolyte stamina tablets that I showed you right here, our vitamins. So we get those electrolytes from our pool #4. So it's going to have more magnesium, potassium, chloride, sulfate, and sodium. So it's for those who are outside more endurance athletes. So that, when you're outside, you have a child running nonstop, playing football or golf in Jen's case, or tumbling or anything like that, they're going to sweat more so than us, because we're just sitting down where they're outside playing at recess and stuff like that. That's when you give them 40,000 volts, which is a watered down version of Endure, or just Endure. Endure comes from our pool #4, just so you're aware. And you guys are more than welcome anytime you're coming down here, as she is, Diana. As she knows, you guys are more than welcome to come down and visit our facility. We never hide anything. And you guys can come do a tour of our facility, see what we're like. And then this is about a 30-minute drive from our location, because it's right next to the Salt Lake. And it's really cool. All right. Do you guys know what all this stuff means when we say GRAS certified? Generally recognized as safe. You need to have that to be able to be food grade. You need to have generally recognized as safe. It's a huge feat on our part to get it certified that way. I think it costs us $75,000 to $80,000. But because of that, then you guys can put it in your water. You know what I mean? You guys can do all that kind of stuff. And it's very important. There's not a lot of people who are GRAS certified. And food grade, there's not a lot of people who are non-GMO or CGMP. We were one of the first top 10 people to do CGMP certified, which is you have a clean room, to do all your products, to make your products. Then on top of that, you can become CGMP certified, which is a more clean process that has to get tested all the time to make sure that we're a certified facility, so that you know when you're taking a product of ours, it's safe. We never, we're never out there for a quick buck. We're always there. And if we introduce a new product, we need to make sure it's clean. We do a third-party testing to make sure that everything works properly. We say what it's going to do, is actually going to do. We make sure the label claims are there. If we ever do something on accident, we'll tell you, but we never have done that yet. But it's the truth. Like, we're very open. Like I said, the C of A's, we have everything for you or your customer. If they have questions or you have questions, you can always call me. I didn't give you my card, I don't know why, but I'll give it to you. And then also, we have a doctor, like I was telling you. He can answer any questions I might not be able to. All right, halal and kosher, they're just religious certifications for Jewish and Muslim, I believe, in order for them to be able to take it, make sure the certifications are there. And then solar evaporated. So like I said, we never touch it. All right. Trace mineral deficiency related to your health. You have so many problems when you're depleted on minerals. So many problems. Like from chronic pain to chronic fatigue to not being able to sleep, joints, kidney stones. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Your hair will tear. It's weird but true. Your hair becomes brittle if you're depleted on that. It's kind of your skin, you can tell when you don't have your minerals. So there's a lot of things like that. And so we have a clinical trial that's in front of you. I apologize, we didn't bring enough for everyone. But if you need me to send more, I can easily do that. But the clinical trial is solely based on knee and joint pain and what we discovered. And so you guys are more than welcome to do it. Basically, you took that and they reduced the need for medicine, and it works. This is solely just on knee and joint pain, where in fact there's a lot of other things that it can help with. Yeah, and well, it says no side effects, but if you take too much, you will have a laxative effect. And I'll tell you what you do so you don't get that effect, unless you want it, which would be weird, but our doctor always says everyone always needs a good flush. So I'm like, all right, I need a day. All right. We're getting there. All right, so I'm going to do this little demo here. How many of you guys have looked online or seen our I know you have. What was your name again? Angela. I know Angela. I made her when she was at Expo West. I'm like, no, you're not going anywhere. So what this is we were talking about, I was told not to go over there. We were talking about what's in our earth, right? So when you go to a grocery store, say I got these at Sprouts. So this one says organic, and this was organic. No, I don't know. But this one is. There's a sticker on it. Yeah, just because of the sticker. And I paid for organic price. All right? No, but so from me to you, literally the soil's different. From me to you, the soil's different. So you go to Walmart, you go to Sprouts, you go to, what other grocery stores here? Bash's? That's a grocery store? Yeah. Oh, it sounds like more of a Fight Club. All right, what else? Well, I don't care. I really don't care. So you go to all these places, unless you have an electrode that measures the mineral, you don't know if it's going to have minerals or not. So it used to be an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Why did they say that? Fiber. Was it because it was cute? Fiber, okay. Absolutely. It was what was in the apple. It wasn't because of how it tasted, or it wasn't because it looked pretty, which this doesn't. Yeah, the yellow and yellow. But yeah, so it was what was in the apple. And so what I want to show you is I haven't tested these. I just bought these. Usually this is high in potassium, so it's going to go. But these, you remember back in high school, you would get a potato, you put the electrodes in it, and it lit up the light bulb. That's what we're going to do here. So I wanted to just measure how much minerals are in this product actually. So that's what we'll do. We'll measure the conductivity of the product. So this is the organic apple. Wait for it. See, there it goes. You start seeing the light? Right. So this is an organic apple, right? And there's hardly anything in it. on the mineral standpoint. All right, this one, bananas are usually pretty good. All right, and then I don't know where this is from. Huh. Okay. So, no. No, so the orange, I don't know where it's from. Mexico, Ecuador. See if we mess around with it, if it does it. There it goes. So what I'm trying to say is you can be 100%, like we were saying at the very beginning, 100% natural product, and you're eating everything that you need to when it comes to the mineral standpoint, but you're not getting everything that you need. And so that's why 90% of us in America are deficient in magnesium and minerals. It's not because you're not doing what you need to, it's simply because it's not in there like it used to be. So with ours, this is just the water that I gave you guys on your table. This is just that. You want to come put a couple drops in there? Uh-huh. As many as you want. Just don't do a ton. No, no, no. Yeah. Just close your eyes as soon as it hits it. I'll tell you in just a sec. So without you being blind, I'm going to do that. Thank you so much. All right, and then this is our daily 5. So everything that we have of products, so you guys carry all our products except a few, which you're going to be bringing in here shortly, has our concentrates in it. That's our bread and butter. That's what everyone wants, so that's what we provide. However, there's 3 products that do not carry our concentrates, which is fiber, probiotics, and now our new tablets, which I'll share with you. The reason being is once this product is dry, why it's not in those is once it's dry, it wants to be wet again. And so that's why you see a lot of our power packs and everything in single portions like this, is because if it were left out, it would start to break down, start to like be all grimy and all that kind of stuff. Because we do everything natural. Everything's 100% natural. We bind it together with alfalfa and kelp. We don't go into a lab and just modify it to make sure it's hard. If you leave this out, it will break down, even in Arizona. So if you leave it out. So what I recommend, even though Arizona's super dry, put it in the fridge if you have a tablet. I do it in Utah, just put it in the fridge if you have a tablet because it still breaks down if it's open after a while. Okay? I will get to the dosage, I promise, right after this part. Okay, so this was the daily 5. And I put the tablet in before just to help it break down because it's not acid, it's just water. But as I was showing you, every one of our products has this in it, including our daily 5. Okay, so how you take this product. For the first 7 days, you take 20 drops. The reason being is, like I was saying, there's a difference between colloidal and ionic. If you take more than 20 drops, your body's not going to get used to it. You'll all of a sudden get that, oh, I need to go to the bathroom effect, right? I don't know if you've ever had way too much magnesium, but it's not fun. I shouldn't have said that, I'm sorry, guys. But I'm open sometimes a little too much. But no, I won't say it. Where was I? Because I wanted to tell you a story and I lost my train of thought. Dosage, thank you. So you have 20 drops for the first 7 days. That's because as colloidal you're taking, you can take as much colloidal as you want, but not saying you won't get that laxative effect, but your body's used to the colloidal. So with ionic, you're getting 100% of it. None of it's going to waste. So with that being said, 20 is perfect for the first 7 days. Let your body get used to it. Day 8, increase it by 10 drops. So lunch, breakfast, and dinner. Day 10, so every other day, day 10, increase it by 10. Day 12, increase it by 10. As soon as your stool softens, I know it sounds gross, but don't take any pictures or anything, just look. As soon as your stool softens, drop it by 10 again. So say I was at 70, and then all of a sudden, day 12 or whatever, I took 80, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, okay. So all of a sudden now I'm taking 70 drops instead of 80. Now, with women, if you're pregnant or you're nursing, you're going to take more because there's someone taking some stuff from you, which is perfectly natural, which is wonderful. And also menstrual cycle, you're losing some, so you need to take more than normal. And that's, like I said, every body's different. I take 60 drops a day. He takes 40 drops a day. I have a coworker who takes 200 drops a day. It just all depends on what your body needs, and so that's why the dosage is that way. FDA requires us to put 40 drops or for a dosage, but that's not the case. you might only need 20 drops. You know what I mean? You might not need more than 30 or 20. So it's kind of what your body says. You might be eating a really healthy diet, and so you're getting some of it, but not everything. Does that make sense? Yes.
My question is about, we hear a lot about like magnesium malate, magnesium glycinate, like different forms of magnesium.
Uh-huh.
Can you, does this fall into any one of these? Or
This is, well, the most natural form, and what you find in Mother Nature is chloride.
chloride?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so, but we carry all the other magnesiums, from carbonate to citrate to, well, carbonate actually turns into magnesium citrate once it hits the stomach. The chemical reaction inside your stomach becomes magnesium citrate. So no one actually has magnesium citrate, it's just carbonate. But the glycinate and all that stuff, it's what chemists have done to alter, like put some amino acids with the magnesium to help it carry, rather than using an ionic form. Does that make sense? Okay, so I'm a chemist and I don't have an ionic mineral, but I have a colloidal mineral. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find out how I can get that colloidal mineral to work. So I am going to bind it with amino acid with that. So now I have magnesium glycinate, right? I'm saying that right? Yeah, there's a lot of different, but so also I'm going to make that particular magnesium, and now my body is going to take it because
There's just different ways.
delivery systems.
Yeah, different delivery systems. You're using an ionic form to make it.
Yeah, ours is never touched by us. It's Mother Nature's as is intended type of thing.
So this is your way of making it more bioavailable,
Mm-hmm.
really natural, and other people are doing other things.
Mm-hmm. And which we have,
Yep, okay, gotcha.
yeah, and we have magnesium malate in that mag pack that you see right there. We have magnesium carbonate, and it's magnesium malate. Magnesium malate is a wonderful product, especially if you have fibromyalgia, if you have muscle tension. It's also a detoxifier of heavy metals, magnesium malate. It's a great product. So of course we're going to have it in some of our products. So yeah, great question. Thank you. Did I answer it?
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions before we move on? Alrighty. And then with pets, like this can be taken with pets and children. What you do is you divide their weight by 5. So if you have a child who's 30 pounds, they're going to take 6 drops throughout the day. If you have a child or a Great Dane who weighs 150 pounds, I should have just went with 100 because I can say 20. So they have 100 pounds, they can take 20 drops throughout the day. If over 20, if they're over 100 pounds, I would recommend just doing a dosage as you were to do it yourself at the very beginning, just to see if what they actually need to take. But below that, that's what you need to do so they don't overdo it. Because you never want, give a child a laxative effect. Because all that will do is give them a laxative effect. You can't overdose it and you'll just not have fun for a day. All right. Where did I put it? There it is. How long am I supposed to go? Oh no. What time do we start? Okay, we're there. Okay, that's us. That's just our building. We're growing just like you guys. We started out with just this building alone, and then we've bought this one, and now we have several others in a BDO, it's a business development in Ogden. We have a couple of warehouses there. I'll be surprised if we're not buying or building more here shortly. We've increased. We have a new owner since 1999, and he has wonderful foresight. If you notice, and Jen knows this, and Hector knows this, but we literally come out with new products every year. I would say 5 to 6 new products a year, and we'll discontinue stuff that doesn't work because we're not just going to hold it just because, hey, we have 170 SKUs. No, that's dumb. So what we do is like today, I'm going to introduce you to, actually, would you grab that now and let them try it? So today, this is a new product that you guys are going to be bringing in. It is a wonderful product. It's a magnesium. It's 150 milligrams of magnesium carbonate, which turns into magnesium citrate, which makes you have a calming effect that helps your brain shut down, stuff like that. It's a great product, especially if you're stressed. But this is an orange flavor. So this is now, so this is coming out now, and it's just a tablet. It's an effervescent. It's a wonderful product. Tastes really good in my opinion, but that's up to you. So I have your cup, so just put it in your cup, and then I gave you water to put it in with a spoon so you can help it dissolve a little quicker. So we come out with new products every year. The mag pack that I just told you with the magnesium citrate or carbonate as well as magnesium malate, that's a new product. So we come out with new flavors of non-GMO power packs because who doesn't like blueberry pomegranate? It's my favorite now. So I brought you that too. 150. Actually, the daily dosage for FDA is 400. So 150 should not be bad. Unless you're extremely sensitive, then just take a sip.
How much water do you
Huh? I would fill up the whole glass. That's, yeah, if you do more than that, it doesn't taste that good. If you do less than that, it's really strong. If you like a strong orange taste, then that's what you would want. Here, James, you take that too. All right, so I'm going to hurry because my time's up. I apologize. Okay. So we have a product. I'm going to do a pH test. Are you guys familiar with what pH is? Potential hydrogen. So I am just going to put a bottled water in here. Just right here. Doo-doo. Sorry. I have a big bum too. Put too much in. All right. So then phenol red, which helps monitor and check for, I'm just going to put 2 drops in there, shake it. Let it soak in. Okay, so as it works, as you're going to see, that bottled water is actually acidic. Can you see that? The more yellow it is, the more acidic it is. Okay, so I'm just going to put 1 drop in. Just by the way, if for this half-ounce bottle, you can pop off the top and refill it. So I ask Hector every time you place an order, don't I? Is there anything I can get you guys? And he's like, oh, I'm good right now. But this is for you guys too. So if you need anything, tell Hector, because I'm more than willing to send you guys samples, I promise. What's up, bro? No, but so you have this now. You can put it in your purse, put it in your pocket, everywhere you go, you have this. So you can put it in your water so that it actually is a benefit for you, and you can start doing it that way. But with that being said, I'll send an 8-ounce bottle. Hector, you just tell me how many I need to send, and you can bring that home. And then after that fact, I'll start sending just 1 or 2 so that you guys can have it around your guys' place of work so you can refill your half-ounce bottles. Would that be okay? Okay. So. Okay, so what I do with my children and what I do for myself is, remind me of your coworker's name who helps with us with the microphone and everything. Yugi? Yugi. Okay, so with Yugi, I'm going to step over here real quick. I take this as well as my kids. You have this. It's colloidal silver. Now, it's just a cold. It's not a virus. Or it's just a cold. So there's really nothing you can take. So I actually put this in the humidifier. And it actually cleans the humidifier. You know that black gunk you get at the next morning? So I put this in it, and silver it actually swallows up the virus, and it kills it. It makes it suffocates it. And then it's colloidal, so you don't digest it or take it in, absorb. There you go. It's something. And then so I do that, and then I also put it in their water because it's tasteless. So here, I'll let you try it. And then I put it with their power pack. So they get 1,200 milligrams of vitamin C, and then it has electrolytes in it from our indoor, and then they get the colloidal silver too.
How much would you put in?
I do half a cup, so half of that of what that is. So, and then the rest of it water. So if I'm not making a claim, I promise, but it cures cancer. No, I'm just joking. No, no, but my mother had MRSA from getting her knees replaced. And she got it from the hospital, and she had to take pick line after pick line after pick line. Finally, it was just in her, and hey, we're back at the yard, just put it in. She had open sores everywhere. It was miserable. She's been drinking that. She hasn't had an outbreak yet. I'm not saying, we don't know if it killed it, but it works. So it's a wonderful product. So with that being said, okay, pH. Did I put a drop in here? No. Okay, so I'm just going to get this a little bit alkaline for you guys. Okay, so that's alkaline. Now, how many of you guys know, I had to buy this for this presentation. How many of you guys know someone, or yourself, drinks soda, coffee, beer? We know Hector is. He's an alcoholic, so. No, how many of you guys know someone who does that? Everyone. How many of you have tried a Hot Pocket before? Right? They're horrible but good at the same time. We were at Disneyland, and in our hotel were selling Hot Pockets. It was like 1 a.m. We just got back and got swim. Like, oh, that sounds amazing. And so I had like 3 of them. Yeah. You had one last night? Jim Gaffigan, have you heard his little gift? Hot Pockets, diarrhea pockets. Oh, I put too much in. All right. As you can see, turned very acidic again. And I poured a lot of Coke in. But with that being said, did you know, well, let me ask you, how many cups of water does it take for you to become, oh, shut up. How many cups does it take to become neutral to where you were before after you drink a 12-ounce can of soda? How many cups of water? 32. It's crazy how much water it takes and how bad this is for you. And even though some of us always do it, every now and then I'm like, oh, I have a headache. I'm going to go get one. That type of thing. So what I'm going to do is simply just put a few drops in here because I put a lot of Coke in. I don't know, did I? Absolutely. I'm not telling you that's okay to drink. I put a lot of Coke in. What? Okay, so one drop doesn't do it. I'm just going to dump it. There you go. Holy crap! I'm going to there's nowhere to drop it. I think all of it was Diet Coke because all of it went out. And then I dump it all out. Jeez. All right. What? So what happens though is you take 10 drops of Diet Coke. No, you take 10 drops of our concentrates, and that will equal the amount of taking 32 drops on a mineral standpoint to pH balance you. This is a wonderful product to alkalize your body and to give you all the minerals you need. Do you have any questions? Because I just bombed that because I put way too much Coke in.